This morning, a growing plea to put the brakes on spring break immediately.
This is so unintelligent and reckless.
I mean, it can knock them on their butt.
We're seeing that more and more of you are not immune. Everything we say and urge applies to you as well.
Troubling images of large groups of young people seemingly ignoring coronavirus guidelines.
Obviously, people our age are like, oh, like it doesn't affect us. There's cheap flights. Like, let's do this.
Government health officials are now emphasizing new statistics from the CDC showing nearly 40% of coronavirus patients hospitalized in the U.S. are between ages 20 and 54. Early messaging from Chinese data had focused more heavily on how deadly the disease is for the elderly and those with pre-existing conditions.
If even 10 or 15% of the population decides that what they're doing today is more important than the health and welfare of the rest of the Americans, they can spread the virus in a very strong way.
The Surgeon General asking Kylie Jenner to share the message online with her 200 million followers.
Nobody's immune to this. Millennials are not immune to this.
In Florida Thursday,
the news that you're getting about coronavirus is primarily coming from social media?
Yeah. I think coming from people that we're more familiar with rather than like a random person on the news, it catches our eye better.
All right, I'm gonna start by saying shalom to the elect of Israel out there. All right, and yeah, shalom to the elect of Israel out there, to all of the brothers, all the elders, all the apostles, throwing up the name of Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, giving all praises, glory, and honor to all praises, glory, and honor due to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. All right, double honors to my apostles and my elders at Great Millstone who rule well, who are worthy to be accounted. Double honors for teaching me this truth. All right, and like I said, salutations to all you other Akim out there preaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, now I'm the brother Shamar Yaf coming at you through the GMS Great Millstone Branch, Gary, Indiana. All right, with another lesson. All right, man, like I said, man, coming at you through the Great Millstone Branch, Gary, Indiana. All right, man, just seeing what you just witnessed on the news, man. Although this coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak is happening and people are getting sick from it, you know, people are being wise and to stop spreading the virus. You see these young people, these young Americans, all right, out on spring break. And it was another different news network that said that, or a young Edomite said that, young so-called white man said, I'm not going to let anything stop me from partying. All right, and this just shows you the mindset of the youth of America, okay? And it's not the only state that this is happening in. This is also happening everywhere else, man. You got people at the strip clubs, man. You got people that's still going to certain clubs and bars that's still open. All right, you got people gathering parties at house parties. All right, this thing is going on in America because why? Because these are going to be the same people, all right, that's caught with their pants down in the dark day of the Lord. Okay, it's going to be the same. This is the scripture when it talks about the thief in the night. It's talking about Americans like this. I say Americans for a reason. All right, Americans, because you are people of Babylon. You're confused. All right, you're mixed together. Okay. First scripture I want to get is 1 Thessalonians 5. All right, because it speaks about you. All right, 1 Thessalonians 5:1, it says, "But to the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." And yeah, we do know that. But the reason that the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night is because you people don't see this kingdom falling. Through your pride, you have been deceived. All right, the pride that you have inside of you is really it makes you delusional. Okay, but what the book of Obadiah says, what through your pride. I'm gonna get it. Obadiah. There's like the third verse. The pride of thine heart. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, and who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's what these people are saying to the by way of their attitude. Who's going to bring me down? I'm gonna still do me, no matter what happens. You know, that's the mindset of these young people. They don't take precautionary measures to not get infected and not infect those around them. All right. Now, men of the Lord, I believe, me personally, I believe that men of the Lord, we're protected through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but we're just not unwise with it. All right, when we see a big crowd of people, we don't walk straight through the middle of the crowd. We go around. All right, when we see someone coughing, you know, we move away because we don't want to give provision for the flesh. We don't gonna give Satan an upper hand on us, man. We be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. You know, but these people, their pride have deceived them. You know, it says what the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. So that pride makes you delusional. And it just shows you the arrogancy of this nation, man, especially the youth of this nation. It shows you the arrogancy, how they believe that this nation is not going to come down. And I'm not saying that every Edomite don't see it or everyone don't see it, because there's certain Edomites out there that's waiting for it. The doomsday preppers, they're waiting for this nation to go down, man, so they can have their rule. All right, so they can have the power of their hand standing, so they can have the power of their hand. So they can have rulership in the power of their hand by way of the sword, all right? Another scripture is Psalms 10. Psalms 10 is another display of the arrogancy, all right? Book of Psalms, 10th chapter. It says, Psalms 10:6, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. All right. But the point is, he said, he said, what? I say in my heart that I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. That's what these people are saying. They're saying the same thing. All right. If you go up a little bit, it says what? Verse 3. It says, Psalms 10:3, for the wicked boast of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetousness whom the Lord abhorreth. But they boast what through their heart's desire. They desire whatever they desire to do, they're gonna do it, man. That's the pride. That's the pride that they have. You know, who's gonna bring me down to the ground? That's what they're saying. You know, the foolishness of this, but that's okay, because like I just put in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, 5:2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night, and that thief in the night is going to catch them with their pants down, man. They're not going to see this day coming. All right, they're going to take that chip, and those missiles going to ride upon them so swiftly and take them. All right. Well, even before that, when those riots start, man, those race riots, you know, those riots are not going to come pleasantly. Verse 3, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. You know? So it said what? They shall say peace and safety. You know? Then sudden destruction shall come upon them. You know? That's exactly what's going to happen. You know? Because the mindset of these people were really it's these demons that persuade them. You know, these demons, the Lord got these demons out here, these evil spirits out here to persuade these people, you know, and that's exactly what they're doing. Okay, but in that day, it's going to be a different ball game, man. You know, these people are going to be caught with their pants down. Another thing I would like to point out when you watch that video I just showed you in the beginning of this lesson, most of those people out there on the beach were women. You know, there were men out there too, but most of them, the ones that I saw, were women. The ones they interviewed, the ones that I saw when they did the broad spectrum of the beach, the ones that they interviewed, you know. And then in that day, these women are going to be so docile that they're going to submit to anybody that has power to protect. All right, and that goes for all of these women. That's why that's why Isaiah said this in Isaiah the 4th chapter in the 1st verse. It says, "In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach." So they're going to be saying, let us go with you to take away our reproach. The Lord is jacking us up. The Lord jacking us up heavily. And we see that you're not jacked up because the Lord is obviously looking out at you. That's what they're going to be saying. Obviously, he's doing something right because he's not as jacked up as we are. So let us be called by his name. So let us be joined unto him. Let us be married unto this man to take away our tribulation. There's another one in the book of Isaiah 13. There it is. I'm going to read 11 and 12. So Isaiah 13 and 11, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease." What you just witnessed in that little news article, man, that was the arrogancy of the proud. Those people were proud. They were so proud that they wasn't going to take heed to anything because they wanted to do what they wanted to do. Their countenance is lifted up to the point where no one can tell them anything. They're arrogant and proud. The Lord is going to cause that to cease. "And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." It says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir." All right. So the Lord is going to make a man more precious than fine gold by way of these women. These women are going to realize that a man is important again, because why? The women rule over the man in society. Okay. But I want to get one more, because these people were trying to party. And everything I'm getting in the scriptures is lined around the article I just seen, man. These people want to party. Nothing's going to stop them from having a good time. But that day is going to soon be gone. And before I get Isaiah, let me get Jeremiah. Jeremiah what? Jeremiah. What scripture is that? 37. Jeremiah 30 and 7. "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it." All right, so for it says what? "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it." Meaning no day upon the face of the earth since the earth began is going to be like unto this day that the Lord is going to bring. All right, the Lord is going to bring a very dark day, and no day upon the earth has never seen a darkness like this. Okay, that's why I said, "Alas, for this day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Talking about the hopeful elect, the 1/3. All right, the hopeful elect and the 1/3 are going to be saved out of it. They're going to be delivered. Okay. Let me. Since I read that, let me go get to Isaiah. So this dark day is coming, right? This dark day is coming. And what are these people? The countenance of these people right now is going to be changed in that dark day. All right, when the courses of the power of man shall stand in his own hand. All right, when men are going to make up their own laws. This is going to be lawless out here. Okay, that's when their countenance is going to change on us right in front of them. That goes for 2/3 of our people too. 2/3 of Israel. They think the same way these Edomites do, just like how you saw in the beginning of this lesson. All right, it's Isaiah 24 and 7. It says, "The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh." All right, because wine is representation of doctrine. All right, so the good wine is what is the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's wine. But it says what? "The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh." So the new wine is this new doctrine that do as thou wilt spirit. That I don't care what's happening, I'm still going to do what I want. No one can stop me from partying. That's that new wine. Whatever new doctrine besides Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that's that new wine. But it said what? That new wine mourneth. So that doctrine is languishing, meaning it's become weak. All right. all the merry-hearted do sigh. So those that's going out partying and going to all these clubs and drinking, they're gonna sigh. All right. It says, and this is the beginning of them sighing, because when you go to the grocery stores, everything's going off the shelf: the canned goods, the sugar, the flour, the water, all right, the meat, the tissue, the paper towel. But what? The liquor is still on the shelf. All the liquor is stocked up. All right, it says the mirth of taverns ceaseth, and the noise of them that rejoiceth ceaseth. Endeth, I'm sorry. And the joy of the harp ceaseth. So there's going to be no more fun. There's going to be nowhere for you to run to have fun. No more partying. Okay, because what all of the musical instruments is going to cease in that day, because you're going to be terribly afraid. Okay, verse 9, it says, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. So that strong drink is bitter to them now. Okay, that strong drink is bitter to the point where they don't want to drink it. They're trying to fear. They run for their life. Okay, why is that? Because of this, verse 10. The city of confusion is what? Babylon. When you go into Babylon, in the Hebrew is Babal, which means confusion. Khan means with, and fusion means together. All right, so fused together. Okay. Oh God. Slakia, the baby was crying. But anyway, like I was saying, man, the city of confusion is broken down. We know it to be Babylon, man, because what Babylon is fused together with all of these different doctrine, that new wine. All right, it says that every house is shut up that no man may come in. All right, so that means what? They're going to be shut up because the next door neighbor is going to be coming in for all of that stuff that you stocked up on. All right, and it says, verse 11 says, there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened, and the mirth of the land is gone. All right, so what? They're going to be crying for the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua for answers about what is going on, you know. And it says the joy is darkened. And that's the point. The mirth of the land is gone. That's the point, man. The mirth of the land is gone. All right, so hopefully this lesson was edifying, man. Hopefully this lesson was a warning. You know, wash the blood off my hands, man. Until next time, Shalom.